Going on, everybody? This is Huge Richard here. We're gonna go over a playthrough of the Banner Saga. This is probably one of my most favorite real-time strategy games. I fell in love with this game when it was on Kickstarter back in the day, and I contributed to it. Especially, I followed it through the Banner Saga. From the original one to the second and the third. So Stoic Studios, and this game has a near and dear to my heart. As I'm waiting for my new PC to upgrade, I'm playing on my Mac from work right now. So I have a very limited option of games to be able to play. So I found out that I could play this game. And normally I do, first person, third person shooters, Smite, different types of horror games. This is a little bit outside of my boundaries here, so maybe I'm considered variety now, but I really love this game. It's like I remember Final Fantasy Tactics back in the day, and this held a near and dear place in my heart. So I figured that I would play this and do a complete playthrough of something that I haven't really finished when I first started, and that was beat it completely all the way through the hard mode. I did do it several years back when it first came out, and there was a glitch on the end where I accidentally put it back on normal, it didn't count. So I'm going to rectify that here through this playthrough. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm drinking while we're doing this. So I'm just going to wait for a few more viewers to come in. My time is really around 9:30, 9:35 that I plan on launching this. So if you guys would just be a little bit patient here, and we will go ahead and do a new game. I haven't played this in years, so I'm probably not going to be the best, but I do remember a lot of the dialogue here. So we'll just go from there. All right. So we'll just wait for a couple more people to show up here. And then we will go ahead and get going with the game itself. I usually wait about 5 minutes or so from my launch times to get people to come in. So we'll do that. And then feel free to chat in here. I have a couple of screens up here so that I can see you guys' chats and everything while I'm playing, so I still have full capability of being able to do that as well. Okay. So we got a few people joining us here. We're just going to wait a couple more minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So in my channels here, if you don't know how I do my playthroughs, I drink through my playthroughs. I get more and more drunk as I keep going. So enjoy the rambunctious nature of my streams here. Yeah, I swear to God, I get more funny as we go. So let's go ahead and go to the new game. And we have several profiles here that we've played with before. I'm going to go ahead and erase these profiles because these are profiles from like back in 2014 when I originally played this game. I'm going to go ahead and yes, I would really no, let's not do that one. We're just going to put Twitter up here. Keep those notifications going. And we'll go from there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to get back on to the app here so that I can message you. And we're going to go ahead and do this empty file. So we're going to start a new game from profile slot 1. And we're going to start from the beginning in case you haven't seen this before.
It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Richhorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Go. So let's relearn this on a Mac. He's just arrived in time. The Chief Lieutenant Red and his men are now looking for a tougher fight than they bargained for. Drag the screen to see your surroundings and use the check mark. Okay, so this is like Final Fantasy Tactics. If you guys have played that game, same type of deal here. So what we're gonna do is the shield bearer is just. I'm gonna go ahead and skip some of these preliminary deals here. We're gonna move up and we're gonna attack this enemy here. So strength and armor make what the real attack is to kill them. So if they have more armor, then the amount of strength that you have negates, right? So it's like a plus and minus battle, right? So our deal is to have enough power to overpower their armor and hit them for 5. So right here, I can hit him for 5, which is his health, which means I can kill him. So that's what I'm gonna do. So each time you make a kill, your renown grows, and that helps you get passive abilities. It's like experience for killing characters. Now, after taking an action, your turn ends, and then it's up to the next enemy's turn. So the turns always alternate between a regular person and yourself, right? So it's always going to be one of your good guys versus one of their bad guys, even if you're outnumbered. Doesn't matter. This guy's gonna make a. Just by being at full strength, he can do little damage to him, right? So this guy can just fuck shit up, right? So that's why I'm moving myself up here. Standard attacks. You don't want. You guys don't give a shit about that. So there's some people have special abilities to be able to use in certain situations, right? So like right here, he's got the Tempest where he can spin around in this circle to hit all these enemies for a shitload of damage. So when there's only one enemy left, it's pillage time, which means that this guy really, he goes first, and he's gonna rest because he knows he's dead. So I can use what's called willpower if I've been saving them, the little stars up here, to be able to enhance my power to kill this guy. Simply put. I know it's a lot. We'll talk a little bit more about it as the battles go on. It's pretty simple though.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the threats arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more threats to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. 12 families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I'm in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
The giant Vikings, the Vrawl, they're just killing everybody. They're so badass. So, when you finish a battle like this, then you have the opportunity to be able to pull the city up so that you can take advantage of the different shops. There's different types of interactions that you can have in the city, and everything has a purpose. So, this whole game is about the choices that you make and how you make them and the speed that you make them, like as if it's in real life, which made this a really cool concept because it goes through 3 different games. And all of those choices from the front all the way to the back have consequence. There's gravity to it, which I always thought that was a really cool thing. So I'll go ahead and read this and do the narration. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eric, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Uben, isn't it? It is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. Seems a bit chaotic around here, Eric. It's been worse. We've got a lot of irons in the fire. What does he want exactly? Shafgans that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. I was hoping you'd join me in the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. You want this guy on your party, alright? he's super useful till the end, right? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and go to the market, and we're gonna go ahead and take care of some of these guys. So let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Colored caravans flap on a blurry current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Hot. I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Scalfin's Chieftain bled out about an hour ago. Hard, so when you tell me that the rat's anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's gonna try to kill you this time. I don't talk to... Well, they don't talk to me. Ah, I had a change of heart. I'd hope you would give us a hard time. Hod visibly sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everybody thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, yeah? He tosses silver on the table. Both men look at you with surprise. Hod gestures meekly to a variety of junk in the stall. Take whatever you like. Only thing I'd like is the name of the place. Nobleman up by East Wall. That was months ago, last I know. Hod sulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over. Your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Gunneth, when you were wearing black at the Great Hall? We just bought them when we were walking around. Why? They look good. I'm glad you care. Eric, that man seems of yours unreliable at best. Well, a blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be a skull thing. If they're licking the wounds, they're probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. A nobleman is a mead hall? Well, it's the best that I can tell. The name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? Well, what a luxury. Come on, you already mopped up the worst today. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tide. I'll remind him. So guys, if it gets annoying if I'm doing the talking on this, let me know. I don't usually do voiceovers and shit, so what we're doing right now is we're going to the mead house. We're gonna rough up some guys, and you know, it's a bar. So you know what happens in bars? You get in fights. So you arrive in front of what must be a nobleman. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man and introduces Valgard. I'll point them out. Eric says over his shoulder, "Are you ready? Let's get this over with." That's the spirit. Okay, here we go. So Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken Scaldfanes scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead steins in the process. Woo! There's a lot of talking in here. Holy shit. And I'm drinking. Man, speaking of mead halls. Man. Alright, here we go. First real battle here. Okay, so let's fuck these guys up. So what we want to do is placement, and we want to form a barrier with these guys, with the shield guys, right? So this guy's going to be the one that sneaks around. So you got to be a little bit... We're going to be doing this on... actually, shit, I fucked up. We're going to be doing this on hard mode. So the best thing to do is to get this guy up here and to get all these guys to beat up on him, because he can take the hits. Alright? So what we're going to do is we're going to make this guy come up here, and we're going to use Stonewall. Alright, so Stonewall, what this does It blocks damage to strength and armor for 1 round, meaning that he's pretty much impenetrable right here. So he's bait, right? So I resist. So all I'm doing is resisting. And what we're gonna do is just chill, right? We don't want to like get ourselves in a bad way. Okay. So what we're gonna do here. So see how we're synced up, but he can still do some damage, which is fine. We're gonna link these guys up, is what we're doing. Alright? So we want to bait everybody over here. Because this guy takes a shitload, can take a shitload of damage, right? So look at how many other people can go before him, right? I want that shield wall up. It's not about the speed. It's not about, like, you know, we want to be able to take these guys out easily, right? So I want to be protected. So we're gonna chill. We definitely don't want him to get hit. I'm stonewalling these guys, right? I want these guys to fall in, like, to get hurt. So what I'm doing is I'm checking this guy's stance. I get to go before him, right? So it's all about placement. I'm gonna lower his strength now so he can't do any damage, right? Which is fine, but I'm also gonna do put the hurt on this dude. It's fine. Still doing damage. We're still good. Start taking dudes out. That's okay. That is okay. So we use the special. Okay. We don't want. So I'm looking at the dude that I can do the most damage to right now, right? Because I'm gonna have this guy beat this dude into pieces right here. This guy can take a lot of hits. So like right here. Falling into our trap. You know, this guy's going next. He ain't gonna be able to do shit. See that? He has to hit us in the armor because he's so fucking weak. So what we're gonna do is this guy. What makes this guy so good is that he has the highest willpower of anybody. So that I can switch over here and literally beat the fucking piss out of this dude or this guy, and still be in good shape. So what we're looking for is, okay, where's this? What dude is this? It's this guy, right? Right? Or is it? Yeah, that's the next guy. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here, and we're going to hit this guy for 3. Right? So essentially having strength. So he has to hit. So now all these guys are literally, we cut all the dicks off. They haven't the strength to do any work to us. So now my guy can come through here and just start plugging them. Twink, you're dead. What can you do? Nope, you can't do anything. You're dead. Yeah, you're dead. Goodbye. Okay. And then this guy can just come over here and take this guy out. And that's it. That's how it's done. It's chestnut checkers, right? Nobody died. And that's our experience. Okay? There they are. God to be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's windows into the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well, Volgnir. Next for Vral cringe ship last we spoke. The other flag looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Things make a little more sense. You'd hope that I'd stay insane. Everything's fine here when the royal guests arrive. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there's no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask you one more favor? What is it? If you happen to stall our guest down on the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Volgard hustle from the meat house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spare of silver for the bests. You give an apologetic shrug and go and greet the new arrivals down at the docks. So that's the new battle. We want to have as many battles as we can, because this sets up all, like, the renown is what you need in this game to be successful. Alright? So now we're out the docks. We've got renown. Can't spend it yet, but that's okay. We're collecting it. Because again, you can choose to not do any of this shit, but it affects you later in the game. It's best to do these battles, and as you can see, nobody got hurt. If you get killed in the battle, it hurts you for like days on end. You're considered injured, so you don't want to do that. Volgnir, a familiar Vol, steps into the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger version trampling the halls of Golfim. Abundant in purpose. Gods, urban, you look ancient. Comes with being old, and if there's Volgnir, there must be Harkin. What's there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old Yorks? At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Jolnor demands it, and I'll take that over lingering in death and gold film. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Araban, in fact. And glad for it. Harkon mentions to the other ships in the bay. Sails still fluttering. Golden wolf head embolized on red. The king of men. Or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son Ludin. Do you know, Scavenger? We visit his capital. He visit ours. It's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Harkin has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Harkin. Then you're going to Golfim? I have the distinct feeling I finished my business here in Strand. Was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink a week away. But let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What's he trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where is Morgul? Halcon, have you found a place to put up the warriors? I'm heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake, and you recognize a few. Others, no strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Morgul. See you in the morning, Scavenger. Won't be long. The young Prince of Man ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with his low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Golfin should be more interesting than most years, you think? Again, guys, if this sounds annoying for me talking this shit, please let me know. It's the first time I've ever done it, so if it sounds like crap, I won't do it, and I'll just skip this shit. However, this is a very story-rich game, so it's worth going through it. So just give me your suggestions and just let me know. Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it's been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Voldner's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Harkon, or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. So what we're going to do now is we are going to talk to both of them. Having conversations with them is paramount. I'm going to go ahead and use the restroom real quick. Let me know if you guys still want me to be able to talk through this, or if you'd rather me skip through it. All right, give me 5 minutes. All right, we're back. Let's go ahead and get started again. We've got about half a drink left here, so once the drink's gone, I'll go ahead and stop so that we can redo that. That'll be probably about a 5-10 minute break there. But let's go ahead and talk to our new heroes that are going to be joining us. These are very important people that will be joining us in our quest. Harkon and Ludwin. Scavenger. You find Harkon in the mead house, surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely see this many. Harkon waves you over. One strength for the flagon. Volgner's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What's this time? Well, when I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ha! Humans! I guess if only I lived as long as the Yaks fart, I'd be as desperate to make something of myself, too. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon lets slip a low chuckle. Any Vrall could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swath through dredge at the Vral's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point, though. Just another reason to get back to Gorfram. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the meat house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. It's good to have those relationships, right? You have a couple drinks with your buddies. Alright, we're gonna meet the human. You can piss him off and he will not join you if you don't say this right. So, is it the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Vrall who must be working for Luton. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Luton. Yes, you're with Volgan. I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Volgar a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grolfram with my guards. Luton looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Well, why? I work for the king, carrying ties of the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? I have a habit of recording history. I thought we might talk about your visit. A Vrall historian. Don't you already know? The king and mine both have practically trumpeted it throughout the cities. I've been on the road a while, I'm afraid. Luton takes a deep sigh. Whether tired or ungracious, you aren't certain, but maybe both. A formality, mostly. Volgner came to our capital in Arabag, and now we go to the Vral's capital in Golfing to cement this grand alliance for the next age of men in Vrall. Well, you sound unconvinced. There's no need for it. It's damned cold up here. You get the sense he's struggling not to complain outright. You take the opportunity to excuse yourself. Again, guys, this is very verbiage heavy. If you would not like me to do this, I can skip right over this and give you a general assumption of what they're talking about, alright? So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Great Hall. I feel like I'm going to go ahead and just make the brevity of this, understood. So, basically what we're doing right now is at the dawn you're awoken by delivery of goods. You think it's the dawn. It's hard to tell, but you wonder if Eric had anything to do with it. So you got some renown and you got some supplies because of the work that you did back in the town. Which I'm saying, your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates, and then you're just basically meeting everybody. All right. So Mulgar steps forward. He's Volgner's quartermaster. So he is basically the guard of arms for the Prince of the Vrall, which is the large dudes, right? He is super, super powerful to have, right? So they're leaving the city. And now what happens is that this is the game. So you're traveling from city to city in real time, and you are losing supplies. You have days of supplies, you have renown, and you have morale. That morale carries over into battles, but it makes a huge difference, right? You can take time to be able to set up camp whenever you feel like it, and take rest, and be able to use that renown as kind of like a placeholder to save the game, that type of shit. The caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Morgan, cracking open mead cask. From our gracious friend, the governor of Strawn. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the mead is passed throughout the camp. We are going to toast. You raise your drink, toasting the alliance between the man and Vrall. Others join in. Take a stone wall. We eventually sit down. So we want to chat with him, right? We want to make, again, anytime that you can have chats with him, you want to be able to do so. So you didn't have to miss out. Basically, it's this camaraderie, right? So they're just talking about, like, old times, right? Urban is an old fucking, fighter, now is a historian, but it builds that camaraderie, and it helps with morale. So what this does is that everyone is in really good spirits, And now it starts a battle or a different deal. So, absolutely. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. So we're going to skip through this shit. So this is the map of the world. That's what we're looking at right now. So the location of the caravan's right here. And then where we're going to is we're going to Irontorf, which is where the actual Vral live. And then we're trying to make it over to where the humans are at, right? So Irontorf is the first part of our journey, right? So you get to see, okay, the vast, you get to get a lot of the lore of this actual game or this world through this. But we're gonna go ahead and skip that, right? So we're gonna skip this shit, alright? So it's gonna be a long march. You're marching all the way up through shitty snow. And we're marching. So now we gotta talk. Basically they're arguing with the prince of how to do it. He wants to take a ship. They're saying we march through it. Alright? And so they convince the guy to march. So camp is where we can do like passive battles, training, that sort of stuff. So from the hero's tent, this is how we upgrade all of our people with our renown. It's very important that you do this because these guys are super powerful to have, right? So you can learn the abilities of the guys here, of what they do. The Shield Master is meant to be taking a lot of hits from people, that sort of thing. He hasn't had any battles, so he's not worth a shit. This guy has, so I can promote him and make him more powerful, which I'm going to do. So with that, I get 2 points to be able to put in different places. So he already has high attack. What we want to do is kind of offset his shit, right? So from here, what this is able to do is like we're able to look at different portions as to what he can actually upgrade, right? This is willpower, that sort of stuff, So this helps with breaking the shield. Okay, I got it. Yeah. Rev spaces that. But what is that, right? What does that actually do? And it's a lagging for some reason. Let's see why. So I should be able to tell you what each one of these is. So this is willpower. For some reason it's not doing it. This is attack. This is being able to destroy. So what we want to do is put deals and being able to break the shield and more into shield breaking, right, as of right now, because he's already super powerful enough. Okay, so our biggest thing is that we want to get these guys turns and killing enemies so that you can level them up. Right, we don't need to rest. We're already really good. Sure, we don't need to train. We don't need to do shit. We're leaving, right? So you just leave because we're on a mission.
Winterfell. Even the name means bad weather, where frozen wind sweeps in from the bay. They tend livestock, but most are just men driven from Strand with nowhere else to go. Why else would anyone stay? We won't stop long.
So the way I'm going to break this up is I'm going to break this up in about hour increments because this is such a long game. We're going to do some more battles and stuff like this. The first part's pretty slow, but it picks up as far as battle-wise. So what they're doing is they're coming up to an encampment here that's just telling them, like, hey, you know, we have limited supplies, but you guys could come here and stay for the night. A couple of days back, sent word to Strahd about the cattle. Didn't expect an army. He looked pleased with himself until it sinks into the yarn here on his behalf. Where have the cattle gone? Wouldn't know. The boys sent men up the hills carrying them away. Didn't know many men could hoist a whole cow by himself. Skull things out here, maybe? Could they have Varl working for them? So something's up. The thing is that it's not Skarl Thing. It is some bad shit, right? So they're gonna stay here for a day. Here we go. So something happens. So it's not like the fucking shit people that we killed earlier. These are different enemies. And these are the Scourge. And they killed fucking Harkon. So you got the freaking prince out here trying to take on a freaking juggernaut. Spearmen can attack diagonally. Yeah, I got that. So it's making you do this because he's going to essentially fuck up, right? He's going to beat this dude's ass. That's bad. So here's the deal. He's the last one that's going to go up. This guy's going to go up next, which isn't going to be able to do shit. So our biggest thing is that we want to knock this guy the fuck out right here. Right? And what we're going to do is we're going to sit here. I could use Sundering in. Nah, that's not. I'm gonna attack this guy. Still gonna hit for a lot, which is shitty. But it's okay. He's gonna try to dink this dude. Which is fine. Because when you crack their armor, it cracks their shit too. God, his fucking shit sucks so bad right now. But that's okay. Because here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep him out of harm's way. And let him take the fucking hit. Because what? I'm gonna fucking knock that dude to pieces. Okay. It's alright. Gonna knock that health down. It's alright. That guy's still going to do a shitload of damage, so we can't have him do that. Alright. We're gonna have to start, we're just gonna have to start knocking them out. So we got them. We got the guys that we really want. He's been injured. He's not dead. Which we don't really use that guy later on anyway. So like I always try to keep him as the one that gets injured, and keep these other two, because these two guys you want to keep up, right? So Ludwin was like almost getting himself killed, and he's like just trying to find a shot between the plates, right? And he's telling him like, listen, you gotta break their fucking armor first, you asshole. You didn't even see him, we were just there. And then Volgner's dead. Which he's like the prince of the Varls, right? So not a good time. It's not a good time for them right now. So they're mourning that guy. He just literally gets killed from the very beginning. We're going to go through the very beginning of Annette, or Alette, I should say, and my personal favorite, my boy here. He's so powerful for a human. Man, the story gets so good. So they're humans, right? Rook. Super powerful. By far the most powerful guy in this game. So he has the ability to. He has a hatchet and a bow, right? Him and his girl do. Right. So. Funny thing is that, well, you can't really do anything right now, but we'll see how he can utilize people. This guy is not going to do very much damage to us. Because he can do this fucking move right here, right? Oh, that's right. But he can do it now, right? There we go. He can get anybody within attack range if he does mark prey, that they will all hit them at once. You have to use that at the very last boss in this game. It's fucking imperative to use that, man. Was that a dredge? Oh yeah, it was, baby. The lead looks calm, but you can tell her heart is about to beat right out of her chest. All right, guys. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna end the stream for right here, and then I'm gonna pick it back up so that I have about an hour's worth of content and stuff here. So I'm gonna end it real quick, and then I'm gonna restart it. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, anything that you want to see here. Again, we're doing a lot of this because we have to while I wait for my new PC. But I'm gonna end the stream here, and then I'm gonna restart it. All right. So guys, I'll see you here in about